Hey there, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. In today's episode, we're going to cover a how to use Movie Maker on Windows 7. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos and more. If you're a subscriber, thanks for coming back. I hope you like this episode and find it helpful. Let's get to it.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all to you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fears and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
Alright. On the top of your screen, when you open the program, you're going to see a save button on the left hand side. Next to that is going to be the undo button, followed by the redo button. Then you have a small little drop down menu, which gives you more options of what will be in that little line there included. In this little drop down menu, you have the option, which 3 out of them are checked, which are the ones I just named off. The ones that are unchecked are New Project, Open Project, Add Video and Photos, Add Music, Below the Ribbon, and Minimize the Ribbon. Next to that is the name of the project and the program. In the center, when you add items such as music or videos, it will show in the center a little tab that will say music and video. On the far right hand side, you have your minimize, your resize and restore button, and close. And then just underneath your close button is a question mark for online help. Back on the left hand side, you have your main menu, which is a little blue button, and when you click on this drop down menu, you have New Project, Open Project, Save Project As, Publish Movie, Save Movie, Import from Device, Options, and About Movie Maker, and Exit. Below the main menu is your Paste or Paste From button. Next to that is Cut and Copy, and you will notice that you are on the Home tab. You have 4 other tabs next to that, and we'll get to that in just a second. On this main Home tab, you have Add Video and Photo, Add Music. Next to that is 3 smaller tabs for options, which are Webcam Video, Record Narration, and Snapshot. Next to that is Title, Caption, and Credits. Next to that is your transition menu for the text when you select one. Off to the side of that is the remove and select all, as well as a rotate left, rotate right, and following that is the publish section for all the different multimedia platforms that you can upload your videos to. Facebook, Vimeo, OneCloud, YouTube, just to name a few. There is a selector on there to rotate through the list, just like on the transitions and animations. Next to that is the Save Movie button and Sign In button. Below those, on the right hand side, is your main timeline work area. On the left hand side is your preview screen with your standard controls of play, pause, and fast forward and rewind. On the bottom right hand side of your screen, you will notice a little toolbar for zooming in and zooming out, so you can be able to adjust the size of the file you're focused on to make it easier to clip frame by frame or second by second or minute by minute, whichever way you choose to do it, as well as to make it simpler for you to be able to change from clip to clip rather than being zoomed way in and having to find the breakpoint from clip to clip. Now you will notice that for this tutorial I'm going to start out with a picture real quick just to show you some quick basics. Now you can either click on the timeline as it shows there, it gives you the option to browse in the timeline, or you can hit on the top left hand side of your screen on the add video or photo section. Once you've picked your file, you hit open and it's automatically added to your timeline. If your video has audio with it, it will also be on there. If there is no audio with it automatically, you will not have anything there and you will be able to add audio later. Now when you put these in here, you will notice that you can go up to the edit section and it will give you the option of duration of the clip, start time, end time, brightness, and things like that. Then let's add in a title, and when you click on your title you will notice that it pulls up a black screen in front of the original clip and it says My Movie in the center with a drag bar. You can type your text in there and reposition it as you want it. You will notice also that it pulls up the text menu on the bar. And your paste, cut, and copy stay in the same place. Next to that is your font choice, your font size, bold and italic, text color, and then underneath the actual font size number option you have grow text or shrink text, so you don't have to constantly hit the number option to scroll through. Next to that is transparency, as well as the alignment for paragraph, whether you want left, center, or right. To the right of that is edit text. To the right of that is another small menu of background color, start time, and end time. And then you also have the transitions for what way your text will appear on the screen. When you hover your cursor over these boxes, it will give you a preview in your preview window. On the right hand side of the selectors, you also have outline size and outline color. We're going to add in this title scene and we're going to name it Movie Maker Tutorial Windows 7. Now you can see here I can reposition this and make the text bigger, smaller. You can change the background color, change the text color, or change the appearance and which way it comes onto the screen. Alright, now that I've shown you how to add a photo and add a title, let's go into the next part, and I will remove this picture clip and we will add in a video clip. Just like with your photo, when you pick a video it will automatically be added to your timeline. There is no project folder to drag and drop from like some of the newer styles of movie editors like Vegas Movie Studio or Vegas Pro or whichever name you choose to call it by. And now that we have our clip, I will remove the previous still photo And you can do this by right clicking and going down to remove. You'll also note when you right click you have many options to cut, copy, paste like normal on many different things. But you also have the option to split or create end time. You're going to go down here to the bottom right hand side and zoom in just a little bit to make this clip a little bit easier to see by frame size, so we can be more specific on the cuts on the timeline. And I myself like to play and stop and then back up by clicking and dragging on the line for the timestamp to make sure I get exactly where I want to put my cut at. And then once I do reach that spot, I will right click and go down to split. And you'll notice when you do this, it will split that clip in two. The previous clip will be the part that you want to cut is going to be before that line or after. It all depends on which way you choose to do your style of cutting. I prefer to go before what I want to get rid of. That way I make sure it's just that section. Make sure it's right where you want the timer, right click and hit split. Then once you do that, you can proceed forward to ensure that you have the entire area that you might want to clip out, and then click remove. And then you repeat this process as many times as needed until you have all your jump cuts complete and have one smooth flowing uninterrupted video, whether it's a talking head or tutorial or video game, whatever. There's many different ways you can go about it, but the quickest way is to right click on the section just before your error and split it, go just past your error and split it again, and then right click and remove. When you do this, the two clips that are good, or the original good clip and the yet to be edited clip, will automatically slide together. Now I'm not going to do the full editing of this video as this video has already been published. I'm just using it for this example of the tutorial. As you can see here, I've done multiple splits. So now let's move into transitions. For this one, I'm going to create a new intro just for this video so you have an idea of what something can look like when it's complete. So for this one, we're going to put in "Welcome to Consult a Blind Guy." In today's episode, for the new title in front of the original title that I had. And just to note also, every time you click on that title, it will automatically go to the front of the line. As you see, I have two title screens, and then I have multiple photos. And then once I selected these photos, I went through and I found an animation or transition, whichever name you prefer to call it. I found an animation that I liked for the beginning two scenes, and then I began looking for another animation for each of the clips of the photos to transition from one to the next, rather than just having the standard jump cut. It's a little bit more visually appealing than watching a photo sit there for 5 seconds and then just hurry up and switch to another one. Now I'm going to add my intro music. And this is automatically placed at the beginning. You can adjust this as you want also. You can also make it fade in and fade out with the menu on the top left hand side. Once you get your titles and photos and videos all cut and aligned the way that you wish to have them with the transitions, you can then align your audio to where you would prefer it to be, whether you want to have narration or just music or just the video audio if there is any. You can also specify whether or not you want narration emphasis, whether you want video emphasis, or music emphasis, or no emphasis at all. When doing these, this gives the appearance of you talking and then transitioning from one scene to another, where you can have it go from you talking, continue the clip with per se a B-roll film or a photo, and transition into the next thing with the audio, or you can have the audio transitioning as you're still on the same clip. It all depends on your preference of creation. I myself, as you can tell, like to try a different approach with each little clip. I like to make sure that it's eye-catching and appealing and it fits what I want it to do. I don't always stick with the same transition. Some people say to, some people say not to. In my opinion, it all depends on you. If it looks good to you, then use it. As you can see here, you can go into the edit as well with your pictures and use the drop down menu and select your length of time for your text as well as for the video clip itself. We'll finish this up here, get everything aligned, and call it good. And once you're finished getting it set how you want, you go over to the top left hand menu and save or save as, and then you are given the option when you click save movie, it'll ask you the option you want to use for the rendering. In the top of the list is recommended for this computer, for computer, for email, or for burning a DVD. And then below that you also have other options, whether it's going to be for a social media site like YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, or any of the others, as well as the option to create your own specifications of frame rate and screen resolution and everything else. As you can see here, it only took this clip a couple of minutes before it was finished rendering and completed, and you're done. You can now open the folder that you saved it to, or have it play on the Windows Media Player or your default player you have installed and chosen. The options again at the top, just as a reminder. You start out on a home tab. Next to that is your animations, which is your transitions from clip to clip. Then you have visual effects, which is changing the clip that you're currently on to a different color, whether it's going to be a soft background or a bright background, a cross color background, or any of the other many options that they have in there, sepia and all the other hue changes and everything else. Next to that is project, and project again is where you will designate whether you want emphasis on narration, video, music, or no emphasis at all, as well as a couple other options. Hey, thanks for watching Consult a Blind Guy. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please drop a comment down below. Let me know if you did find it helpful, if there's something else you'd like me to cover in this program. If there's something you're confused or need help with, feel free to drop a comment down below. I do my best to answer all of them. Don't forget to check out the description below for my other channel links, as well as channels I recommend for the blind and visually impaired, as well as for the content creator. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.